Mhm.
Yeah.
So that was Modi for us,
Yeah.
right? Should I pick up another chart for
Yeah.
us to see?
Definitely.
Maybe you want to take another world leader?
If you have Putin, I mean,
Oh, Putin. Very interesting. Now, this chart which we have of Putin, there is some question mark around it.
mm,
But sincerely, the question mark has been that there are two charts potentially of Putin. All right? And the other chart that was given for Putin did not make any sense to me. So I keep this chart. This I think is more appropriate. Because in lack of a better chart, this is better. It explains actually what's going on in the vis-a-vis most of his life. So I take this. Let us see his Shubhapati. Nobody is joined again. Venus is the Lord. So that means the big focus is going to be intimate life now.
seventh
Mhm.
house.
Seventh house. So what is in the seventh house? Jupiter is here. Firstly, his social connect is happening through seventh house, marriage. This is the one part of Putin's life that is kept extremely secret. All right? It's known that he has partners or is married, excuse me, but the details around that person's life, they're not very much in public. The child is not. There's also a child, a daughter. They're not much in public. This is held back a lot. Okay? And you could argue that is because when means that he having Shubhapati as Venus implies that this is very, very important for him and he needs this to be stable. Okay? Because otherwise he will have difficulties with this social connect. All right? So here he is. Jupiter is over here, retrograde in the seventh house. That looks like a very nice yoga. Okay?
Yes.
The lord of this is Mars, and Mars is in Parivartana with this Jupiter. But now we understand the security consciousness behind this because it's
Mars.
strength. The strength is in protecting. Guru Mangala Yoga is a very protective yoga. Very, very protective. So this person is very protective of their spouse. And by having their spouse under great protection, they will feel that they are having a stronger social connect. But this is weird, no? Because with Trump, this was his banter. This is what he talked about. Mhm. With Modi, we know also he talks about that. He talks about religion. He talks about, the sanctity of India in matters of its ancient heritage.
Heritage.
But is Putin
Religion culture.
talking about the sanctity of marriage and partnerships? Or is he talking about agreements and partnerships?
Because of third house. Okay.
Mhm.
Deals.
Is it about agreements more?
Yeah.
Is it about, oh, we have an agreement with this country. We have an agreement with that country. Oh, that country broke that agreement. Now we are having a big problem. Okay? So this is about treaties. This is about agreements. This is about who said what now because of the parivartan with the third house. So it's not really about seventh house as much. It's not about marriage. It's about agreements and who is my partner and who's not.
And
Who is
seventh
in
house is
alliance
also
with
about
me and who's
war,
not.
isn't it, Guruji?
Hmm?
Seventh house is also about war, especially with Mars
Yes.
being over there.
Yes. And if Mars is in seventh house or its trines, you will be the aggressor in war. Okay? If it's in trines to Lagna, you will be the defender. So he is an aggressor, you could say. So this is somebody who takes alliances seriously, treaties seriously, and he will be the aggressor if these are broken or he feels they're broken. So now we understand Putin a lot better, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we
So,
also say that Moon is in Taurus, and we also consider Moon also lording Taurus? So
and
Moon,
we won't do that for the moon.
we don't
Because
do.
Shubhapa, moon only believes in the lordships of the seven grahas and it excludes moon's extra lordship, it excludes Rahu Ketu extra lordship. All of those go out.
Okay.
Only one lord. And the dilemma is when the moon starts thinking about nodes, it means the person is also thinking that they're going to do something which is having no future. That's a strange thing to talk about because the nodes don't have pockets,
Yeah.
they don't have bodies. So when the moon starts placing its faith in a node, it means that that does not have a future, what they're doing. Okay? It happens sometimes in Dasha, temporarily. But the moon doesn't believe in them in the long run. Okay? We said so much. We did Putin.
Can we do
So,
one chart of either your or Guruji, Sanjay Guruji's chart, Jyotish?
yes, of course. And let's say I pick up in my chart, I think we talked about it a little bit already. So if I talk about my Guruji's chart here, very interesting chart. And I'll just change the chart style here, diamond chart here, square chart here. So what do we have in this chart? Shubhapati is Saturn. So that means we have to focus on the 12th house and the 8th house. All right? This is the connect my Guruji has. He connects to people through this. So now, if you see that the 12th is having the moon over here, he connects to people how? 5th Lord is the moon. So this could be, there's a connection either to kids or students. This is having a yoga with the 4th Lord Mercury. This is a Raj Yoga for having a school. He connects to people through a school. Right?
And through his writings also.
Partly his writing also, yes. Writing, yes. Don't ignore the 8th house. The 8th house is empty and the Lord is Venus in the 5th. Okay? Now, 8th Lord in the 5th with the 6th Lord in addition is somebody who will teach Vedanga in a foreign language. 6th Lord and 8th Lord in the 5th. All right? Vedanga because it's 5th house. It would be Veda if it was 9th house. So this is his connect. He connects to people through this. So notice that some of these yogas are big Raj yogas in charts, and some of them are just telling you how is the person interacting with the other people? What weighs heavily in their minds? How do they connect to people? This tells you what they like to talk about. Yes. So when people say, why is Sanjay Guruji spending a lot of attention on foreigners? That's how he started off his career. Practically, there might be some reasons as to how to succeed in life, but otherwise, you also see he has a yoga for connecting to people where he has to speak a Vedanga in a language foreign from his. He actually has the yoga to connect to people with that. Like that's working. What if we took the chart of our Guru Achyutananda? Let's see if this is the right chart. Yes, it looks right.
Yeah.
Here we are. Let me make sure this is the diamond chart here. This is square chart. I'll just save this for posterity. And so what is this? We are seeing that Shubhapati is Mercury. Okay? So that means we should see 10th house. But that's where moon is. Yes? That is where moon is. Now, so let's now check this a bit more in detail. The 10th house is having moon in Dikshunya. All right? That's no fun. The person will feel punished for what they say and what they do in their work because of the Mercury. The Lord is in Maranakarak. Oh my, this is getting difficult now. Right? There's an issue with the social connect. Maranakarak. No fun, not easy. All right? How far are we from seeing these combinations and debating if Mahapurusha, Achyutananda Das, had difficulties communicating with people and getting a career?
He was not interested in that quite a lot.
No, he may have been interested, but he was not, but he was having a difficulty, we would argue. There's a difficulty connecting now. Even if we just said his Shubhapati is Mercury in Maranastan, what should you say now? You should say this person is having difficulties with speaking. Their biggest skill is to speak and they are not able to speak properly or their words are not coming out right. All right?
Yeah.
What if Achyutananda in nowadays would have to be going to school? Then the parents would be saying maybe there's something wrong with the kid. All right? Why is it that he had so many tears for his inability to understand the Shastra? Why did Achyutananda have that? Okay? He has Saturn in Lagna. He must be like one of those mathematicians, very, very square, does not understand the sutras, does not understand the shlokas, right?
Mm.
He's having some difficulty. His Saturn on Lagna. You are very, very square. Excellent at numbers, excellent at math, but history, literature, yoga, oh my goodness. It's not in boxes like Visti likes to make it, right? It's not in boxes. Grammar is very difficult. At least Sanskrit grammar is still having a real structure to it, but other grammars not so much. Okay? Anything lucid is tough for such people. These are great engineers, they're great mathematicians, but everything else they're absolutely horrid at. Okay? So now you understand a little bit more of the plight that Achyutananda and his family had to go through. You see? The young Achyuta. What is that plight? Why was he crying to receive some instruction and everything changed with a mantra? Is it that he was so enlightened, he was just a mantra and that's it, life is good? No, he was suffering until he received the mantra. He did not understand the Shastra. He needed saving. Okay? That's what this chart is suggesting. Because look at it. The connect is with the 10th house. The ability is with the 10th house. This is not easy. That Mercury is terrible. What is its grace? Jupiter is joined. There is a savior. All right? There is a saving grace happening through Jupiter. Jupiter will solve everything in the chart. Okay? And a guru came and solved everything. And even after this guru solving that, he said, okay, I have got these skills, I've got these abilities. Now the king says, you will stay in my palace with my daughter, the princess. You are married now. No, I don't want to stay. I want to go alone and do my sadhana. I don't want to be interrupted by all these things. Why? Because of that 10th house, his social connect is in Maranastan. He's constantly looking to escape the world. Even after getting the skill to deal with these things, the skill to interact and get the words from the guru, he's still having problems interacting with the world. Now you get it? All
But he
right?
ended up writing a lot eventually. So he have
Yes.
a lot of
He
stuff
was
because of that.
repeating the guru's words.
Yeah.
He went into samadhi, got the words, everything came out, it was written down by the sishyas. And then he wants to go away so he can meditate.
Wow.
Understand? So there's a complexity in this chart, a grace, but if you met him, you will be wondering. All right? You'll really be wondering, what's this about? What's this person about? This is what today you would say, oh, that maybe that person is a bit off, their thought process, everything is a bit off because of this. Okay?
Or some kids learn a bit slowly. It takes them a bit of time to
It could be,
learn.
yes, very much so.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if in today's day, before he got the grace of his guru, they would have been debating all sorts of difficulties that he had intellectually. All right? Because of this problem. You don't want your this to be in Maranasthana, your social connect. Okay?
And that would
After
Atma
all, do
Karaka,
you
so
know
he'll
how many
suffer a lot.
times Achyutananda threatened the gods? I will commit suicide and jump in the well if you don't give me an answer. Why? Maranasthana. He feels like dying if he doesn't get this connection.
It's also his Lagnesha and his Atma Karaka, so a lot of suffering because of that.
Yeah, that is right.
Wow.
We said so much.
So
We have
much.
now so this connect, this social connect is pivotal.
Yeah.
Now, what essentially we're dealing with here is, let's say you had to give a remedy for Achyutananda. Okay? At the root, this connect is coming because of this Mercury, right? At its root, whether you take the moon or you take Mercury, the root is Mercury because he is the Shubhapati who gives the initial connect that made us look at the 10th house. So if we remedy Mercury, we'll remedy it also as karaka for the 10th house. And we'll also clean up the 10th house. So by remedying the Shubhapati, you're also cleaning up the bhavas that it's karaka for.
Wow. Okay.
Okay? So in this case, we would give him Bhagavat mantra for Mercury, which could be Balabhadra mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Balabhadraya. Okay? We would give that. And that will start addressing both the Shubhapati as well as the 10th house, both. That Jupiter is joined shows there's a guru who is ready to give him this grace easily. And maybe it was not Bhagavat mantra. I think he instead got Mahamantra.
Oh.
In fact, from what I understand, there are some theories that he got a 10-syllable Krishna mantra first. Okay? Yeah. As his major diksha. First he got Maha mantra, then he later got the Dasakshari mantra, and there were other mantras after that.
Interesting. 10 Akshara mantra and 10th house is the problem here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guruji, in this case, the nakshatra lord, which is Mars, is also in Papa Kartari. So, what was the impact you think of this? I mean,
So now we are seeing the Shubhapati has a dilemma and the Nakshatrapati has a dilemma. All right? Shubhapati is a bit harder hit by Maranasthana than the affliction, Papakartri of Mars. But essentially it's saying the same thing. There is some issue with resilience here. After all, why was he sitting alone and crying about not able to achieve his goals? What was that? Why? He's depressed. He's depressed. That's what we're saying. He's in depression. And when his guru came, he came out of the depression. Yes. And you can then dwell on what are the yogas for Mars to come out of this. Jupiter's karaka for the second house. Jupiter is well placed. It's joined the Shubhapati Mercury. So it's linked to both Mercury and Mars. One Jupiter's mantra, one guru mantra was given.
Takes care of that.
Okay, takes care of both of these. So this is how we would dwell on this. All right. This is how we would focus on this to understand what's going on. Yeah.
Kushi, you mentioned Shubhapati is the social connect, the skill, and all that. Similarly, is there any way to understand the nakshatra lord, like what it gives and what you look for using that?
Think about this nakshatra as thoughts. Okay, where Shubhapati is people and nakshatra is thoughts. Okay. Signs and grahas are people, places are signs, but the lord of the moon sign is people connect, and the nakshatra is mind connect, like thought connect. What are the thoughts you're having? Okay, are the thoughts going in a positive or negative direction? And these thoughts are influenced by breathing. Okay, a steady breath, the thoughts are steady. Unsteady breath, the thoughts are unsteady. So essentially what the nakshatra lord is doing is giving you different types of thought patterns in the chart and what you're thinking about a lot. That's not something that we should be dwelling on today. That's not something. That's a nakshatra topic. We're getting into an advanced topic.
Yeah. I think we've covered a lot, Guruji. This is like phenomenal. I mean, we started at
My pleasure.
regarding Ishta Devata and going into the unconscious, and then we talked about the entire houses from the moon and the remedies related to that, what each type of Shubhati means, and now very practical stuff of analyzing charts using that concept. And we're
So
seeing
we went from giving the common man security, ninth from the moon. Then we started dwelling on the people who are experiencing difficulty having the resilience to be in this planet.
Yeah.
We had some additions there, here and there. And then I explained how even people who are highly resilient, they connect through different types of topics. And sometimes we have to deal with a person who is having problems connecting with people. And this causes even topics surrounding world events surrounding this, like with leaders charts. We saw how they're connecting with people. Yes. And so by knowing this, and then we went to Achyutananda's chart and got really practical and said, this was a process that Achyutananda went through. It was not an easy process. Understood that process. We understood what the remedy should be. And we essentially came back to Shubhapati as a remedy for social connect as well.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much. And
My pleasure.
I really thank you again for coming on board and sharing so much of your time for this. And thank you again. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. All the best. Namaskar.